thank you so much for joining us in this next edition of the Fire Up Startup Interview Series. We thought it's a good way to engage startups during the lockdown. And also, more importantly, every startup is dealing with things either directly related to COVID or indirectly in different ways and some creative ways. So we thought, why not we get a peek into one aspect from each startup? So with you, given what you're doing at Logi, we thought the ideal topic is to see like how can you leverage deep tech to kind of deal with a crisis or convert crisis into an opportunity. So thank you so much, Anand, for joining us. And so to get started, why don't we just if we can quickly kind of highlight the journey so far. How did you start Logi? Why did you start Logi? And then what's been happening till now as a context for our discussion.
Okay. So we were a bunch of friends. Okay. So we were sitting one day and we were thinking like we should do something cool. So we came up with many ideas, but we wanted to do something in the healthcare domain. Actually, into malaria, which is Chhattisgarh is an endemic region for malaria. So we should start looking into it. So slowly, we started communicating with, like, say, the district malaria officer as to what the condition was. And we were able to see that there was potential there. That for this particular use case, we could employ AI in order to doing the diagnosis, which will give better results. So that is exactly what we do. So to give you a brief example, let's say you go to a pathologist, let's say go to a doctor and doctor suggests you to go for a malaria test. So the general scenario will be you will go to the path labs, there you will give your sample, and then they'll create a slide of those samples and then they'll put it into a microscope. A pathologist will have to see those samples and then give you a report. So in urban areas, it might take a day or two, but when you really go to rural areas, at times the amount of time it takes is more than a week. So for malaria, it is best that the treatment starts as soon as possible before it becomes very severe. So such delay is not good, and that is the delay we are trying to target. In rural areas, there aren't enough pathologists to look at the samples. So that is the place where we try to include AI so that we can do some of the work that a pathologist does. So using the solution we provide, the same sample that was given to you to the pathologist is put under our device. You click a button, it analyzes the samples and generates the report, and then that report can be used for your treatment. So that's a brief of what Logi.ai does.
So what solution are you now talking to them about for COVID?
As such, we are not suggesting any diagnostic solutions as for COVID. Instead, we are moving towards a more generic software-based solution, which is usually this tracking people whether they are following the quarantine conditions or not. So that is the one area we thought that it was given us being an engineers and we being able to build such technology. So we are building those kind of things. So we were approached by various government officials. For example, we are working for the Chhattisgarh government at one point of time, and we built an application for them which could track the quarantined individuals. And there was another idea by the government itself. So this feedback is very important. So they suggested that they wanted. You might have heard of class passes, like in schools when you want to go out of your class, they give you a pass, right? So similar things was something that Chhattisgarh government wanted to implement. So we also built them for that, build the same thing for them, so that like any individual can put a request that I want to go out for, let's say, buying some groceries. Then the police officials can just accept the request, and then this person can go out for a particular slot and get his stuff and then get back home. This was one such thing that we were able to build and all. It is still in the development phase. Let's see, because the government things do take at times a bit of time to get approved and move forward.
But I think right now
some of the things. Yeah.
Right now, the way the government is working, at one side they are trying to go really, really fast, and the other side, somewhere the bureaucracy and processes and attention span kind of comes in the way. So they're putting 2 steps forward and maybe 4 steps back. Well, they're really fast, but there's also a lot of things impeding them as well right now.
Yes,
I
that
think
is
it's
there.
a challenge. But anyway, like you said, you have to stay at it because this is directly a government domain. Nobody outside the
Yes.
government can do this. So it has to, at the end of the day, the government has to pick it. So,
Yes.
um, uh, so how? I mean, like any experiences on in terms of rapid prototyping? Say, like I know all startups always work at a very frugal resource
Yes.
kind of availability. But now, along with frugal resources, you also have all the other lockdown related issues, and also the need to be very fast. So, how are you
Yes.
managing trying to build these prototypes quickly, solutions quickly?
So if you ask me, so I have a lot of people in here. Like I'm in a college environment, so I can pick up there are many juniors I have. So they have certain amount of experience of building application, and when it comes to prototype, we just have to build it to show it to someone. So I just engage as many people as I can who will build different modules to it, and then we combine that to build the prototype. For example, the one I was talking to you about lately was this tracking app, right? So we were able to build it in 3 days end to end. The whole server was running, the application was running. So yeah, we do something like that. We build it in a modular fashion.
So you're using an extended network to pitch in to get it done quickly.
Yes.
Good. So very good. So any other thoughts that you have that you're looking at taking up in the next few weeks? Anything else you're thinking of?
So the COVID situation has like it's what we are expecting that there will be a bit more importance given to the medical aspect of things. There will be a bit more importance given to the professional as such. So we hope that the situation will make people understand the need of a better healthcare system.
Hmm.
So that's why like we are trying to like restructure our products in a way so that it can be used by like by more people, and it
Hmm.
can reach out for like the diagnostics in general have to happen at a very fast rate. Even after COVID goes away, that we come out of the situation, people will remember that this healthcare was important, and we are hoping a boost in this diagnostic aspects of things. So for that, we will see. We are a company that tries to implement AI in diagnosis.
Huh.
So there are many fields we can go in. So there is radiology. Right now, we are in pathology. So
Huh.
at this point of time, given we have enough time, we'll be trying to make our system more and more better so as
Huh.
to adapt to all the different type of medical fields that we can get in.
Nice. I know that's the right way to do it. So before.
See, when you look at a product and the one who is creating it, an engineer usually forgets the people he is building the product for. A business person usually overestimates the technology and somehow they forget the reality.
Huh.
So you should just build a simple prototype. Let's say you want to start a simple logistics application. Okay, let's say you want to do door to door delivery. Given this situation, not many people are allowed to go out. So you can start, for example, in Raipur, there is no Grofers, there is no these kind of last mile delivery platforms. So if a person here can wants to start such a thing, then he should start it without building the technology. You should just call up people and ask if they want something and start doing their delivery. And as soon as he sees that there is a traction, then he should try to involve technology in it so that things get automated slowly.
So prototype the solution regardless of technology first. Just see that there's value and there's utility in it before investing in technology.
Yes. Just
Now,
do
it's
it
a very
manually.
good.
It will.
It's a very good point. Well, often most people think, let me go first build the technology.
Yes.
But what you're saying is, first validate the need first. Even if you do it manually, it's okay. Validate the need
Yes.
first before you go build the technology.
Yes.
Good point. Good point.
That
So, Anand,
is.
thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time, and wish you all the best in your attempts at creating some useful technology to help with the current situation, and also all the best in your journey. Thank you so much, Anand.
Thank you